Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins, Turtles of Greyskull, Reptile Wars, Rattlor. Now, I'd like to say that this is also Rattlor barfing his skeleton out of his ass, but, well, actually, his throat, not his ass, but you know what I mean. It's pretty gnarly looking shit, I'm not gonna lie. For a kid's toy, that's pretty gnarly. So much so it made me hit puberty again. So, with that being said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel. And before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Rattlor has to offer in terms of accessories. He's got the mini comic with the little pamphlet in case you're a doofus and don't know how these things come apart. Standard Motu fare. And then we do have an extra neck piece, but no weapon. His hands are empty. He does have these little gauntlets that kind of, sort of pop off. So we're just going to leave those off for now. But the main attraction is the fact that he can do this. A cucaracha, climbing up the wall. I don't know what I was doing with that. But either way, I'm thankful I didn't try to do a good Spanish song like Gloria Estefan or Celine What's-Her-Face. But either way, it is literally a snake skeleton being regurgitated by this Rattlor head here. This Rattlor head actually, to its credit, doesn't look like a goon like the other Rattlor. The other Rattlor looks like he's gonna bust out the knee pads, if you know what I'm saying. This one, he just looks like he's in agonizing pain. But the skull is really cool. I dig that a lot. I wish it wasn't freaking pink and I actually had some more paint on it, but it's really cool looking. It does have a hinged jaw. Works quite well. He can look up. And then this piece does move back and forth. Nothing crazy there. It does also rotate, just like the head. It is on a double ball peg, which I think that's the first time we've seen a double ball peg on a neck extender for an Origins figure. Shoulders will go out, back down, forward and back. Single jointed elbow with the swivel hinge wrist there. Waist, really tight on this guy. Again, he's got the rattles in him. Hips will kick forward and back. Out to the side, back down, single jointed knee with rotation. He does have a boot cut, and unfortunately, he's got the shitty mutated Mossman feet, and not the tightest ankle hinges in the world, so that sucks. These are not rockers, they just twist, they are terrible. I do not like these feet. I don't think anyone likes these feet, let's be honest. I do like his cool little skeleton armor, but it is kind of loose on there. Doesn't exactly clip on the best. But I do like his little bone gauntlets here. I think those are kind of cool. If you get them up towards like the thicker part of the forearm, they do stay on. It's not like they're gonna shoot off or anything. Like, they're staying on there, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, this guy is like so close to being a diamond of greatness, but just falls short of greatness because also he uses this shitty ass rubber tail. I hate this tail. I never liked this tail. I think it sucks. And if they're gonna do a 2000X Rattler, for the love of God, do not use that tail on him. He deserves way better than that. Give him a little tail with the beads in it. Like the old figure I got has. That'd be freaking sweet. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Rattlor alongside his heroic wave mate, Mecha Neck, who doesn't have it here but also has neck extension pieces. That said, we also have another evil warrior from this Turtles of Greyskull Reptile Wars shtick we have the Dragon Ninjor, who also has a neck extension piece. I'm starting to notice a pattern with this particular wave of Turtles of Greyskull figures, or series of Turtles of Greyskull figures. Lots of scales, lots of necks, and lots of tails. Not sure what's going on with that. But either way, Rattlor is obviously taller because he's got his big old honking face there. Instead, moving those two out of the way so we can bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's brother Mandibilith. Right there. In the infamous Incur 11 spawn, and even with that neck extension, oh, actually, he's about the same height as old Al Simmons here. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from being on the cusp of greatness, and I say cusp because this version of good old Rattlor still uses some of the parts I'm not particularly fond of, not just from Turtles of Greyskull, but Rattlors of Origins past. I will say the concept on paper is really sick. I think that is a cool idea. I think it totally fits for a Snake character to have this kind of ability, but when it comes to execution, he just falls short of being, well, a diamond of greatness, we will say. And that says a lot, because his skeleton there kind of does look very crystalline in nature indeed. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.